Hey guys, Graven here. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions and the How to Effectively Use series. Now today we're going to be taking a look at Drax. Now I think personally that Drax is one of the most underrated characters in this game as far as offenses goes. He's a really great offense character. I don't know for sure exactly if I would put him on a defensive team of anything, any kind of nature. But, I mean, look at the character. You know, we've got a rank 3 level 30 of 30. And he is awakened to level 60. So we do have Enthrall here, our signature ability. But one of the biggest things that I like about Drax is his ability to stack Furies and his bleed. Bleed isn't exactly the best in the world for him, but his ability to stack Furies makes him an absolute beast. Now, whenever they added the swords to Drax, they also added a little bit of an extra bonus to him in the fact that he has an extra set in the move sets. So whenever you do a swap, tap, 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 he actually gets a bonus of 6 moves instead of 5. I absolutely love that about the character. I thought it was really unique whenever it first came out. Let's take a look at his abilities here. Fury fascinates the destroyer, granting a fixed 12% chance to cumulatively increase attack by 42.8% for 6 seconds with each activation. 42.8% increased attack with each activation. And this guy can stack Furies like crazy, man. He really can. You get a 10% chance for Fury, increasing your attack by 45% for 5 seconds. Special attack 1, 100% chance for Fury, increasing your attack by 30% for 5 seconds. Special attack 2, 33% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 140% of your attack as direct damage over 4 seconds. 100% chance for Fury, increasing your attack by 25% for 6 seconds. Special attack 3, 100% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 150% of your attack as direct damage over 5 seconds. 100% chance for Fury, increasing your attack by 20% for 15 seconds. Critical hits lacerate opponents with a 37% chance inflicting bleed for 92% of your attack over 5 seconds. Now, he has some really intricate abilities as far as like characters that came out really early in the game. Drax has some really intricate abilities, and it's a lot better than most of the other like original characters to the game. So that's one of the biggest things that I do like about him, is the fact that he is so intricate. But a lot of people just don't use him, and a lot of people take him for granted. But as far as it goes with the Fury buffs and the bleed, he actually does a ton of damage. I mean, if we look at his health and his attack, it's really not the best in the world for a rank 3. I mean, almost 9,000 on health is okay. 725 on attack isn't really the best in the world, you know. So he doesn't really have the best abilities as far as those base stats go, but he makes up for it with his other abilities. Synergy bonuses, 7% crit rate with Ronin. That's a pretty good crit rate. That's a pretty good synergy bonus. 5% perfect block chance with Star-Lord. Not exactly the best in the world. 5% perfect block chance with Agent Venom. Again, not really the best synergy bonus in the world. 25% crit damage with Gamora. So if I was to team these guys up, I would definitely team them up with Ronin and Gamora, because those are going to be your best hitting team right there. You're going to be getting the crit rate and the crit damage. So that's your best option to go with as far as these guys go. Me personally, I would be using Drax in Alliance quests or missions or just anything of that nature. He's going to be okay in Arena, but I wouldn't personally use him. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't use him in Alliance quest, But if this is the option that you have to take into Alliance Quest, then he's not going to be an awful option to take into Alliance Quest because of the fact that he is going to be doing more damage because of the Furies and the Bleeds. And I know a lot of people give me slack over like, well, I would never take this guy into Alliance Quest. Yeah, but there are some people out there that this is the character that they have. That's why I like doing this series, because it's not so much for the people that have every single character in the game. It's for the people that have that specific character. That these are the characters that they have they can use. So hopefully that's who this is helping out. And, you know, if you're a veteran, like I've had a couple of people comment saying like they learned something new about characters that they didn't know previously. That helps out big time for me too. I think that makes me feel a lot better. But let's jump right into a fight with Drax. I actually have him as a 4-star and a 3-star, so we'll be getting both of those guys in there. So we get 2 fights in. And just kind of show you guys the fight style that he brings to the table. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with the 6 attack ability. We're going to be taking our 3-star in first. So let's go ahead and pop him in there. And we get an off class with a big buff on top of us too. So this isn't gonna do us any justice in showing exactly what happens whenever we get into a fight with the bleed, because there's not gonna be any bleed here, but you can see how much he pops off his Fury at least, and you can also see the fact that we get the 6-hit combo here. 6-hit. I could have got him again there. It's been doing that a lot here lately in the game. Thankfully, this Unstoppable Colossus is not awake, and I'm trying to bait him out of that stinking. Normally, whenever it comes to stuff like this, I wouldn't be using that L2. I kind of let it build up a little bit too much, but you can see there, 6-hit combo. I wouldn't let it build up to an L2 against a character like Unstoppable Colossus because of the fact that we can hit him with an L1 and it's going to do just as much damage. You're really wanting to use your L2 against characters whenever you're up against people that can bleed. See, I mean, we didn't really have that big of an issue. Most of that was just my fault trying to show you guys different things with the character. And kind of getting caught up. I'm not really the best in the world as far as like doing the talking and the videos go, and with the fights I kind of get distracted a little bit, and it's a little bit harder on me to be able to actually do these things together at the same time, which is probably not a good thing. I mean, that's usually why I don't really record a lot of videos where I'm doing the quests and stuff, because I usually tend to mess up and it stinks. So now we've got a Thor that we're going up against. This will be good because he can actually bleed him, and he's actually almost double our current PI. So he's definitely a monster compared to us. And we're going up against arguably the best Cosmic in the game too. So let's see what kind of damage we can get here. I know this guy stacks the Furies like crazy for the most part as a 4-star. But we're going to let this build up to an L2. I was kind of hoping he would actually throw the hammer there to me, because I don't want to let him build up to an L3. If we let Thor build up to an L3, it's over. Well, he's going to get an L3 regardless of what we do. There's no baiting him out of that. We didn't get a bleed off of that. Oh, man. He's going to kill us? Yep. See, that's the good thing about Thor, man. Thor is such a beast, it's not even funny. I mean, we almost had full health, and he completely wiped us out with 3 hits, but he just... These fights I find are really, really hard to bait characters out of their specials for some reason, and just doing the regular versus. But I think we got a pretty decent idea of how Drax works. You saw that he actually does have a 6-hit combo instead of 5. I like that. That's an extra it's an extra move that gets done. That's extra damage that gets done compared to other people who have 5. But like I said, me personally, the best place for Drax would just be like questing. If he's an option that you have for, if he's a 4-star that you just got, and you don't really have 4 stars, he would be okay for Alliance questing. He might be pretty decent on Alliance Wars on defense, if that's an option that you have. That's what I say. For most people in this that are watching these videos, I get a lot of the comments from people saying, oh, I wouldn't use this character there, but you know, not everyone has the luxury of having characters like we do, where they can just stick, willy-nilly wherever they want characters to be placed, because they have the abundance of characters to do that. If Drax is a character that you have, and that's basically all you've got, he would be good for Alliance Quest. He would be good for defense on Alliance Wars. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you've got. And I've been there before. When I first started out playing this game, you just had to use what you had where you could use it. And honestly, Drax, as far as I'm concerned, if that's a character that you have, that you only have like 4 or 5 4-star champions, he would be good on just about anything you put him on, because he does do a pretty decent amount of damage. We saw that from the last fight that we did with the 4-star Thor, who was double our PI. We could have took him if we could have baited him. It wouldn't have been an issue. There wouldn't have been a problem there. He wouldn't bait. But alright guys, so that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Hopefully this helps somebody out there in understanding Drax, or maybe it helps everybody out in understanding Drax a little bit better. But if this is your first time watching the channel and you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a sub on it. If you enjoyed the video itself, leave a like on it. And as always guys, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later!